Happy Friday! You guys ready for the best show ever?
Ever!
What are you doing over there?
Welcome
to Date Night with Connie and Chrissy. This is your host, Connie Henriquez, and
Are
my
you sure
crazy
you're not
co-host.
crazy,
My crazy co-host who's spilling her sippy
Sorry.
over there.
You went a little lighter.
What do you mean?
Your hair. I like
did.
it, man.
I did. I actually did a couple more highlights. We
I like
went
it.
to Punta Cana for vacation.
Yeah, you and Joseph living it up. You guys are always everywhere, man.
We had a great time.
I like the blonde.
Yeah.
I do. I really do.
Yeah, it's an adjustment. But the sun, it was super sunny, so I feel like it got super light, which, whatever.
It looks good.
Thank you.
I like it.
You know what's so funny? I actually do my own highlights.
That's crazy to me.
And
I wouldn't have the patience.
Why? It's so easy.
How do you even do it?
Well, let me just say this. Highlights are super expensive. And if you have an amazing hairdresser who does highlights, great for you. But I could never find someone who's amazing at highlights for myself. So even though I went to cosmetology school and all that crap, I actually YouTubed it. And
No.
Yes.
Shut up.
But this is what I learned. Eric Decker's hot wife,
Jessie James
has a tutorial.
I know. She has a lot of tutorials.
On highlights.
On highlights? I only saw the curling of the hair.
And she's like gorgeous, and she has great hair. So I watched the tutorial like a year ago, and since then I've been a pro.
Well, congrats on watching my husband's
wife. I know. So the only thing is that it really is a crapshoot.
All right.
So sometimes when you do your highlights, you're like, oh, that's a little lighter than I expected. And then you go and you tone it down or whatever. But it definitely is so much easier. And the thing is, too, you know how your hair falls.
Yep.
Where your hairdresser doesn't. Like they try to do that middle split.
Oh,
I don't have a middle
they
split.
always try to talk me into that. I'm like, no, thanks, no.
Right. You know how your hair goes.
Right.
So you know how your hair goes. So then you could position your highlights the way your hair falls. So it's like the best thing ever.
You should have had Jeff do it. I feel like he would have done a good job.
He doesn't need to do it. I'm a pro at this
Joseph.
stuff now.
Well, thanks to Jessie James.
Yeah, thanks to
So how was Punta Cana? How was the weather?
Freaking amazing. Let me tell you, we celebrated Jeff's birthday. There's a picture.
Happy birthday,
Joseph. Pull up the
Joseph.
pics. It's not in number order, obviously, now. So pull up the pics.
How old did Joseph turn?
50, the big 5.
No way.
Oh, yes.
We got to go out and celebrate. I didn't know he was
turned
50.
Like, how amazing is that?
He looks great.
He does. Great. I feel like he's my age, which is all of 22. I'm only kidding.
Jeff's like, you just bought yourself 2 more Tito's later.
So no, we had an amazing time in Punta Cana. If you've never been, it's such a great place.
I've never been there.
It's we did all inclusive, which I think most of the Punta Cana resorts are all inclusive.
What was it, sandals?
No, you know what? It's a resort that every time when we were in the shuttle, like going there, we didn't even know the name of it.
What?
It's such a.
I love that you guys don't even know where you're
Baja, luxury, Ambar. Some shit.
All right.
I don't know.
Did you meet other cool couples?
No, we don't need to hang out with other cool couples.
Ah, jeez, you guys secluded yourselves. All right.
Yeah.
Where's the picture? We saw them already?
I don't think we did. Did you pull them? Oh, there we go. Happy birthday, Jeff. Yeah.
Happy birthday, Joseph.
That was me in my St. Patty's Day T-shirt because I literally can only wear that shirt once a year.
Oh, jeez.
We got there
celebrated
on St.
there.
Patty's
All right.
Day. Mm-hmm.
All right.
And
what was the weather?
Water. It was freaking amazing. It was 80, 85.
You never had a bad day?
Never had a bad day. Went swimming at the beach.
Guys.
Yeah, that was how we did coffee time. We had a little cute deck with like a patio. And we did coffee time. It was so much fun.
It.
Oh, and I want to say a big happy birthday to Marcia Kimmel, which is Jeff's
mother. Joseph's mom?
Yes.
Mrs. Joseph.
Mrs. Joseph.
You have the best son. I just want to say that.
Who's a big fan of my Pumpkin, my little chihuahua, and she feeds him turkey like it's going out of style. Totally.
Pumpkin eats turkey?
Well, he didn't until Marcia Kimmel.
Pumpkin wanted to bite my head off when I first went over your house.
He's very loving.
I was like, I'm going to leave. I don't like this.
So happy birthday, Marcia, and happy birthday, Lori Kimmel, too, the sister. They're all birthdays this week, yeah.
What?
Yep.
We're all Pisces?
Yes.
Oh, my, I love this.
That's why we all get along.
I knew it.
So you love that?
Oh, my God. Oh, they're Aries. Yeah, because my dad is April 11th. He's Aries.
They're on the cusp.
And my sister's March 31st. She's Aries.
Maybe they're on the cusp. They're on the cusp.
So me and you are the only Pisces? All right. All right. Well, screw you guys. No, I'm just kidding.
All right. So happy birthday, all you Kimmels.
We love you, Aries people, as well.
But, dude, so you sent me a picture, and it was of some...
So while you guys were away, I was at a charity event.
Ah.
While you guys were sitting there getting tanned and drinking
but wait,
Tito.
we have our guest here right now on the pitch.
That's right. Well, I was at a charity event. It was the St. Baldrick's last Sunday at Lily Flanagan's.
Yeah, so Ginny, if you can pull up the picture of
the kids getting their head shaved.
Yeah. There you go.
So my good friend's son, who survived brain cancer, he was the one on the right-hand side getting his head shaved. So people come every year, they do it there, and people get their head shaved for cancer, for St. Baldrick's. So it was a great turnout again this year, a good cause, and the kids are great.
Where was it?
Right at Lily Flanagan's in Islip.
Oh, nice.
They do it there every year.
Right down the block.
I wish you guys would have been able to attend.
We weren't sunning it up there.
Could have drank and
partied.
And the father of the kid getting his head shaved, he was like, "I'll give you $6,000 if you shave your head right now." And I was like, "Yeah." I kept upping it up. I'm like, nah, I'll take 8,000. And then he kept coming back over. I'm like, all right, what about 10,000?
Stop. Your hair is worth much more.
I know. He kept trying to get me to do it. I almost did it. I was this close.
Way.
I was like, if he says the right number, I might do it. It's for a good cause.
Hair. It takes forever for your hair to grow back.
Especially when you dye the crap out of it like me. Guys, I bleached the crap out of it.
I thought it was au naturel.
You don't do that.
I thought it was au naturel.
No, guys, no. Your hair is nice.
I do highlights. I do highlights.
Congratulations.
It's the same thing.
Not really.
Yours isn't like
You're not
highlights?
bleaching your head.
Highlights is bleaching.
Yeah, but you're not, I don't know. You don't really bleach it a lot.
Well, I mean, I do it like once or twice a year.
Well, congratulations. I do it every 4 weeks.
I know. That's how I know my months pass by, because Chrissy's getting her hair done and her highlights. And I'm like, dude, what's
She's like, do you want to get together? I'm like, nah, I can't. I got to get my hair done.
I got to get my hair done. Maybe after.
So what's your Start Loving Life tip of the week?
My Start Loving Life tip of the day is it's your attitude that makes your world go round.
Oh, all right.
Do you love that?
I love that, actually.
And it's something that people don't realize, that your attitude actually creates everything.
That's going to play into tonight's guest as well.
So what that means is everything is based on your attitude. So if you're going for a job, it's based on your attitude. If you're going to meet a partner, or you want to meet your soulmate, it's based on your attitude.
I love how you laugh at that, too. Your soulmate.
So it's all based on your attitude. So if you have a crappy attitude, chances are you're going to attract crappiness.
That's right.
So you want to do your best to really feel good and have a great optimistic attitude. And if you do, you will be more likely to attract what you want.
Now, how do we do that if we keep attracting crap?
Right. So if you're attracting crap, that usually means you have a crappy attitude. So you got to shift that, and you got to really start thinking about what you do want, right? So think about, if you want a new job, what type of job that looks like. How do you feel in that job? What are the characteristics of that? Oh, I feel like the sunshine just went on.
And why does this taste like butterscotch?
Did you raspberry.
Guys, what is
raspberry.
It? All right.
You're interrupting my tip over here. Wait.
All right, sorry.
And then if you
want... we got to think positive.
Right.
All right, let's keep going.
If you want a partner, listen, a partner doesn't want to attract someone who's complaining and whiny. A partner wants to attract someone who's like confident and feels great and loves life. So it's all about your attitude, and based on your attitude, you attract based on that. So pay attention to your attitude.
And you won't attract crap.
There you go.
If you're attracting crap, then you have the wrong attitude.
Exactly.
It's that simple, guys.
Right. So go to startlovinglife.com for more information on how to start loving life.
And hire Connie. She was my life coach at one point.
All right, dude, what's your bestie? Because I'm curious.
And look where I am now. All right, so my best, you know how I love dating apps. I'm always trying to find the best one. So now I found one for me and you, but you're with Jizef, so I don't know how you could. You know what? I'll bring you and Jeff with me.
Right. Why
It'll be a triple date.
That? Exactly.
All right, so it's called Double. It's called Double. So, like, people like me who were doing online dating in the past, I hated going out on, and I hated going out on my own, though. You're more like my sister. You guys were brave. You didn't care about going out. I was more intimidated. I was scared. I was shy.
What? No,
yeah,
Chrissy
I was.
is so not intimidated or shy.
I know, but I was. I was at one point.
I can't imagine that.
I was. I was scared to go on the dates. I didn't want to go.
Like when?
Ever since I ever did them. My sister would be like, just go.
No.
Just do it. You could do it. I'm like, I don't want to go. So now there's this app called Double, and you could bring your best wingman, who would be Connie for me, with you on the date. Now you could search through the profiles, and you could find 2 guys that me and you would be interested in, and then me and you go on a date with them too.
So they're not actually friends. They're just two
No,
people.
they are. Me and your friends. And then we match up with 2 other friends, and then we go out on the date.
Nice. I like it.
It's the best invention. I know I say it every time I do one of these apps.
I know you wish
But I wish I would have thought of that.
Exactly.
I really do.
That's pretty genius.
Who else out there hates going on dates by themselves? Well, who hates you're going on date after date every week? You're like, oh, I got to go meet another guy by myself.
Maybe it's the attitude.
No, it's not, guys. It's not. It's not. Maybe it's just like, ugh, you dread it.
I know.
But then when you have your friend with you, it's more relaxed.
It's more of a social
You're able
setting.
to be more yourself.
You're having a nice happy hour.
Right.
It just makes sense.
It's fun. You get to be joking around. You get to be more yourself. So you could go on the website, I think is doublejoin.com. I think is the website. I hope I'm saying the right website.
That's right. Take a look at it.
But it's a good app, so download it.
Do you pay for it, do you know?
No, it's free.
My God,
yep,
it's free?
Yep.
Wow, it's perfect.
Go download it now. It's better than Tinder.
So wait, so you have to sign up to be part of it, though?
Yeah, you sign up, but you have to sign up with a friend.
Oh.
So your bestie. I lost my bestie. That's all right.
How have you been? We don't even need now another person. We already have another
person. Who am I going to go out with now?
Listen, we go out as a
all right, you know what? I'll take Janine. Janine's my soulmate anyway. I'll take it. Look at Tommy.
Look at Tommy's face.
He's getting mad at me. All right, so listen.
I love it.
What else did you do?
We celebrated Jeff's 50th birthday, which we're really excited about. And we're planning a lot of things for spring, so we're very excited.
Right.
We don't want to say anything right now because we don't want to give it away.
Jesus Christ. What are you guys doing? Where are you going? Bora Bora?
I was talking about us, you ass.
Are you going to my dream destination? I'll kill you guys.
No, we just spoke earlier about how we have a couple of things lined up, but we don't want to share it right now.
That's right. We have a big
I love Chrissy.
Big
Chrissy
surprise
forgets
coming
things
up.
out like 5 minutes ago.
We have a big surprise coming up soon for our date night followers.
Right.
We don't want to give it away yet.
Right. So I'm glad you remember that now.
Thank you. I do.
So yeah. So sit tight. But
all right.
We're gonna have a great spring.
Wait. Can we show? So let's get to our guest.
Who's our guest?
Let's talk about our guest tonight because I love him.
Yeah.
I interviewed him a few times at the New York Fight Exchange. We got a picture of me when I interviewed him. We got Justin Sumter in the house.
Yeah.
There we are. I don't even know how many years ago it was when I interviewed him.
But how exciting
I interviewed him twice.
UFC was just legalized in New York,
That's right.
right?
He's going to talk about that. I'm so excited for this, actually, because now I get to see all my friends fight here. Now we could go.
Now we can go. We don't have to travel to Vegas.
That's right. You don't have to travel anywhere. Mm-hmm. So we have Justin here. He's a great guy, great fighter. He's going to talk about all things. This is his first pro debut coming up at Bellator.
Nice.
April, Justin, what is it? 22nd.
22nd.
April 22nd is his first pro debut. We got to go to that fight. Justin, you better be getting us free tickets to that.
Come on. We're going to work it out.
I don't hear you, Justin.
We're going to be hanging out with Dana White.
I don't hear Justin saying anything. I'll message Liv.
We're going to be hanging out with Dana White. Is he there? No?
That's right.
Yeah.
I want to take his position.
All right.
All right, so we'll be back with Justin.
Yeah, so grab
your boxing gloves. I should have brought my pink boxing gloves.
Should have.
I have 2 pairs of them, too. Whatever. All right, sorry, guys.
All right, so grab and refill on your Tito's.
That's right.
And we'll see you in about 2 minutes.
Grab your gluten-free.
Yeah, break time.
Galaxy Luxury Coach is a full-service limousine and party bus company. Family-owned and operated, we are an industry leader with over 25 years of experience in providing best-in-class luxury transportation for your special event. Whether it's your precious wedding day, an all-day wine tour out east, your high school prom, that special birthday, or just an amazing night on the town, our professional chauffeurs stand ready to ensure your special event is truly special. Galaxy Luxury Coach has one of the largest and modern party bus fleets in the New York area. Our party buses are simply nightclubs on wheels. Concert sound systems, light shows, lasers and strobes, multicolor LED lighting brilliantly lights your party bus inside and out. For corporate and more laid-back events, we will cater to your specific needs and requests. What sets Galaxy aside from all others in the luxury transportation industry is our attention to detail in customizing our services to your special event. At Galaxy, it's all about you and your guests. Galaxy customers return time and time again because they know they can trust Galaxy to help deliver those lifetime memorable moments. Step aboard and let your Galaxy experience begin.
Yo, what's up, y'all? This is me, MC in the place to be, the greatest MC in history. There will never be an MC greater than me. And right about now, the only place for you to be is with the one and only Madhouse TV.
You are the man.
Being a fireman is more than just putting out blazes and giving kittens CPR. Sometimes my duty demands I fan the flames, like when a call comes in from a lady who needs immediate assistance. Maybe she needs help with a computer thing. Maybe she wants to go antique. Could be as simple as understanding that walking in heels it's hard. Aussi simple que l'été dernier à Paris. C'est sympa. Maybe it's ladies' night in, and she wants a simple, delicious recipe for margaritas with a twist. First, a can of limeade. Now hold on to this. You'll be using it. Side note, kittens make everything better. Next, add water. Now, a bottle of light beer. No, shh. Trust me, I'm a professional. And last, and most important, Sauza Blue Tequila. Now, mix it up. Ole. Yes, that's what I'm trained for. Whether it's to help her choose leggings or pants, telling her leggings are pants, or discussing leggings and jeggings versus pant pegging at her next ladies' night in, I'll come to the rescue. Don't call me a hero. Just call me. Let me know what time.
And we're back.
With Justin, the Fort Sumter.
Yeah, Justin,
Thank
the
you for
Fort
having me.
Sumter.
Aw, thank you for traveling an hour and a half here.
Well, it wasn't that bad.
Dude, but worth it. Come on.
I drove
You asked me for directions. Like, is this bro really asking me for directions from Connecticut? I don't know.
Well, I'm from Georgia, so
I
you
know,
know,
that's
so
right.
anything less than 16 hours is not really that far from me.
Wow, I love it. What part of Georgia?
I grew up in Noonan, Georgia. Lived in Augusta, Georgia, before I moved up here to Connecticut.
And how do you like it?
It's cold.
I love Justin.
So now, obviously, we have a lot of great guests that have amazing careers, and being an MMA fighter is pretty impressive.
That's right.
So, Justin, what inspired you to go that route?
Well, it boils down to I wrestled in high school.
Okay.
I really liked wrestling, but 2 years into my college, I was like, I really needed to do something. I stopped wrestling, stopped doing anything. I met one of my friends, and we kind of fear bonded, as you would say.
Fear bonded. Nice.
Well,
what does that mean?
Well, okay, so I'll tell you the situation. Well, first time I meet the guy, we were hanging out, we went to a club, and he happened to be dancing with a footballer's little sister.
Oh.
And so, they get in an altercation, and they pick him up like he's a real skinny guy at the time. picked him up, threw him out the club, and I was like, "What's up? What's going on?" And then I feel this presence behind me, and I went to Georgia Southern, and the football offensive line, like they're big guys. There was 5 guys standing behind me. So, you know, short story, we started to run because, you know, we couldn't fight 5,
like,
300
I'm out of
pounds.
here.
Yeah, so, you know, then we, you know.
You didn't start rear naked chokehold
Well,
people?
at the time, I didn't know I wanted to fight.
Oh.
But after meeting him, you know, he's one of my best friends now. You know, we bonded over fear. You know, fear for our lives, so we ran, and you know, we're friends ever since.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah, and so that's how I got introduced. I went to his first fight, and I was like, man, this guy can't fight at all because he's like a real skinny dude, and he beats this guy up, and I was like,
you're like, if he could do it, I can do it.
Exactly.
And that was the end of it.
Yep.
Wow.
So for people, I know who you train with, but for people who don't know, who do you train with?
I train at Henzo Gracie's in West Haven, Connecticut. I train with Mark Cerrone. He's a well-known training partner with George St. Pierre,
I love
Warren
GSP.
McDonald.
Where's
you always used to
he?
say that.
Yeah, he's in TriStar in Connecticut. Not Connecticut, Canada.
Is he ever going to fight again?
You know, they say there's
Come back,
talks. I
GSP.
don't know.
You
Jeez.
said that
I
on
used
one
to
of our
love
shows that you
him.
loved.
All right, George St. Pierre, she loves you, so you gotta go fight.
Come on, do it.
And my training partners, I got a real good guy, Sam Wofford, and he's
Sam Watford, Waddy, what up?
yeah, he's
Waddy.
also
We're
fighting
friends now.
on Bellator with me, so it's definitely gonna be a great card.
Love you, Waddy. I know we had Raff in the past, but now we're friends. I love you. We're gonna get him on the show.
This one's crazy.
That's what he said on the.
I know.
Come on.
I'm just mimicking him.
I know you are.
I don't think it's
so. What's the
crazy.
training routine like? Because this is very interesting to me. When I hear you guys talk about this.
Do you starve yourself?
No, well, not in a sense. I don't starve myself. What I do is I up my meal quantities, but the size of my meals change. So I eat 5 times a day, and my meals they consist of a lean protein, vegetables, some carbohydrates, and all my meals are the size of my hand. I have decent sized hands, so
That's pretty
it
amazing.
really doesn't matter
Yeah.
for me. But I eat 5 meals and try to drink a gallon of water a day.
A gallon of
So
water.
is
That's
that-
what we're missing. What's the purpose of that, actually?
Right, like,
'Cause
are you
I
dropping
always saw
weight?
Eddie
Well, yes.
posting.
Naturally, I walk around at 220 pounds,
Okay.
and I fight at 185.
Wait a second. How is that even possible that you drop that
That's
much
what
weight
they-
and you could
that's what-
function?
Well, like, I am a wide mass guy. Like, I don't look that wide right now, but when I'm not, like, in training camp, I love to eat. Like, you put anything in front of me, and I'm most likely
Well, your
to eat it.
girlfriend said you had a muffin on the. No, I'm telling them.
What?
I'm telling them.
What did your girlfriend say? What?
We'll talk about a commercial. Good.
Yeah. But,
He's training right now.
yeah, so, you know, with that gallon of water, what that does is flushes your system out. So I sweat a lot when I work out. You know, I work out
See?
twice a day, 1 in the morning before I go to work, and then probably like 3 to 2 hours after work.
So you're saying we should drink a gallon of water
Yeah,
a
should
day?
we
Well-
all do it?
Well, you can, but I have to warn you, you will be in the bathroom every 5 minutes.
we won't be able
So
to
should I wear
work.
Depends? Should I go? What do I got to do?
Yeah, it depends. They do work, I hear. They do work.
So I'm going to get a flat stomach by drinking a gallon of water a day?
I'll just be in the bathroom all
Come on.
day.
Yeah.
Tell me the truth. Come on.
Well, it works for me. I can't say it for everybody else, but it works
No,
for me.
everyone. Eddie always posts about it too. They're always saying that.
Well,
A lot
I
of
mean,
water.
all the
it's-
fighters.
Water is key because your body's made up majority water. So why not put what your body's made of in you?
Now, can you give us an example though? You said you have carb, protein, whatever. Give us an example of what you
Okay,
would
what
eat
my
when you're
typical
training.
meal,
Yeah.
like I don't eat for pleasure. That's one thing.
What?
I don't eat for pleasure
Ugh,
because I'm
sounds
trying to.
terrible.
But you still can, you can make a meal that's, enjoyable to eat. But for the main majority of my food is just to fuel me to do whatever I got to do that day.
Okay.
So, I'll have chicken breast, lean chicken breast. I don't do the measuring. You know what I mean?
Okay.
That's just because it's too much time.
Right. I
But
wouldn't be
if
able
I
to
did
do that
measure, it'll probably be more useful. But I just get like a chicken breast cut in half, and that'll be my protein throughout the day. And
Half
then,
of it. You can only eat half.
Well, I'll eat the whole breast throughout the
Okay.
day, so I'll cut it in small sections.
You have one breast throughout
Wait a
the
minute.
day?
Hold on. I think you meant in one sitting.
Well, it's like so I'll have maybe 2 breasts, cut it up, and that's all my 5 meals. So
Jesus
you know,
Christ.
Oh, okay.
so then I'll have so the breast will be over here, and then I have like a sweet potato over here, and
But
then
now, isn't sweet potato carb?
yeah, but that sweet
No, but you're
potato
right.
that you're able to use that energy quickly, so it breaks down in your body.
You guys are working that all off because you're training so much.
So if like you were eating a potato and you were just sitting down, that's kind of
that would be a problem.
So.
Because how many hours a day are you guys working out? You guys are.
I don't want to overtrain, so I usually do an hour before I go to work, and then I work from 7 to 5, and then from like 6:15, I train to like 8 or 9.
That's crazy.
So if you are going to fight at 185 and normally you're 220, wouldn't you just go to the next weight class?
Yeah. I feel primed and ready at that weight class. So naturally, I carry around that 220 pounds on my frame. So when I cut down to 185, I feel lighter, I feel quicker. My muscles don't fatigue as much.
Okay.
Because if you saw the Conor McGregor and Diaz fight, now Conor McGregor he fights at a lower weight class. He bumps up. First round he was good, you know what I mean, he was landing strikes, but the second round, you know what I mean, his muscles, he was a little bit slower. Yeah. And that's what happens when you carry around that
so
bigger.
The extra weight. Okay, I see what you're saying. All right, makes sense.
Yeah.
So how do you feel now that you're going pro?
Yeah.
Congratulations.
I feel good.
Was this a big dream of yours?
Well, you know what I mean, like it definitely was a big dream, you know, like from starting to fight in 2011, you know, I can remember I was in my my house in college just watching, you know, Bellator on TV, and I was like, man, you know, I'm gonna be there one day, you know, I'm gonna be there one day on TV.
I love that you said that.
And I remember, I won't forget, like the year before I started, I had this friend named David Lambo Lambert.
Okay.
Oh, does he have a Lambo? Was he wanting a Lambo?
Well, we just call him Lambert, Lambo, we just call him that. But I remember I was like, man, I'm gonna do that. And he was like, man, I think you can do that. You know what I mean? And that stuck with me ever since, you know, 2011 I started. So, you know, just and I can tell them, hey, all my friends back home, because I got a lot of friends back home. Aww. Hey, you can see me on TV. You know, you can see me on Spike TV. So.
Now, did you ever try to go on The Ultimate Fighter, the reality show?
Yeah, I love that show.
You have to have, I think, 3 pro fights before you can get on that show.
Oh, really?
So,
gotcha. Okay.
So, like, you can't just turn pro and then have one fight. You got to have at least 3 to be considered, and then you have to try out. So.
Okay.
How do you think you would do that? I mean, I
think you'd be great on the show.
I watched the season with Chris Weidman.
Yeah.
Love Chris Weidman. Shout out to Chris
crazy.
Weidman.
Nah, he was nuts, that one.
Ah, come on.
Oh, wait, no, Chris Weidman. Is he the redhead?
Chris Weidman's great. No, he's
that's
he's
Liebman.
Oh, Chris Liebman. Okay.
Actually, I have a picture. I met him in San Diego. I got to train with him. He's
all right,
a real
so
cool
you
guy.
you saw that season.
Yeah.
I was a little bit out
Well,
there.
you mean that was the infancy of the brand and
because I started back in the day when I used to love Fridge Franklin. Right, he's no longer in it. Right.
Yeah.
So, that was pretty crazy. So you would actually, how would you feel in that environment, being in a house with all these other fighters and the stress?
Well, like, my girlfriend gets mad at me.
Girlfriend, don't get mad.
Let's bring her on the next break.
But, like, I deal with stress differently. Like, people like, man, you seem so calm. Like you're never mad.
Girlfriend, is he calm?
Well, he's from Georgia.
Too calm. He's too calm. Damn.
I like that. That's nice.
Well, like, see, and I don't allow stress to affect me negative.
Oh,
like you're,
it's
like
about your
crappy
attitude.
attitude. It's all about what you put in the universe. You know, you get it back.
The universe, right here. High five.
Listen, that's the one question I would ask all you guys every time I interviewed you. And Robert from Ring Fever would always yell at me. He was like, would you stop asking them about how they train mentally?
It's all about mindset.
I really, because when I first got into this, like interviewing guys, I'm like, these guys are probably going to be cocky. They're probably conceited, whatever. And then I started talking to you guys, and I'm like, these guys are the most down-to-earth, humble people I've ever spoken to. You guys are so positive.
Yep.
Every one of you, every one that I ever spoken to, I was like blown away by that. So that's why I was always like drawn to be like, how do you guys stay positive? How do you mentally train for that? Is your trainer helping you with that?
Well, you know what I mean? That's
who's
just
helping you with that?
That's just, I would say, my experience through life. You know, my father and my mother are one of the main key factors, and then you got my stepmother and my stepfather. All those people that guided me in my infancy in life kind of developed this into where, you know, I really don't have a problem in life. You know what I mean? Everybody has their problems, but, you know what I mean? I look at it from left field, you know what I mean? Everybody looks at their problems head on, and that kind of frustrates them. Everybody, if they think about their problems like that. And I just come from left field, And, you know, I try to conquer any problem that's in my way. And I think kind of with jiu-jitsu, that kind of helped me because this guy named Donna here, he trains with George St. Pierre, and he trains in Renzo Gracie's in New York.
Okay.
I remember hearing him said, like, when you do jiu-jitsu, it's all about someone's giving you problems. Have you guys ever did jiu-jitsu?
No.
You should. Boxing, Justin.
You should.
All right, I want to do it.
It's too crazy.
I think
I
every female should do jiu-jitsu.
All right.
Has your girlfriend have you done jiu-jitsu?
I've been trying to get her to jiu-jitsu, but
That's
you know.
crazy.
Is there anybody you recommend on Long Island?
I've only been here 2 years,
We're not
so
doing
I'm not.
jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, that's right. You were asking me for directions how to get here. I'm like, I don't freaking know.
Yeah.
Type it in map.
But
Sorry about that,
jiu-jitsu, your opponent throws problems at you, constantly throws problems at you, and you have to stay calm, and you have to kind of flow with it and find the answers to the problem right there on the spot.
The solution,
I love that.
sure.
So that's where you guys learn it.
Yeah, I think jiu-jitsu is a really main factor in their, you know, their sense of calm and their stress, ability to conquer stress.
And what I think is so interesting too, like when you used to watch boxing, like they're all like, talking smack about their opponent, and that's
like
such
Floyd.
it's such a turn off. Which I know
Floyd's
for me,
awesome,
like
though.
back in the day, like long back in the day, I used to love UFC because they really were very respectful.
That's what I'm saying. They're very humble.
Yeah, and it's amazing.
And they're respectful about their opponent. They right?
Exactly.
Yeah, well, you mean like you get some people that do it
now more days
to
see
do
that,
like
right.
you know, like we're driving tickets, we're driving the hype around the fight, but you know.
Right, you see more of that now, but I think the whole sport was originated on the fact that there was always a common respect, and even if the other person lost, they were always very humble, like, he did an amazing job. Like, it was just, that's what I loved about the sport.
And I think it kind of boils down to is the fact that, you know what I mean, these two guys trained for like 4 to 3 months for this fight. You know what I mean? They push their bodies in, and it really says a lot about somebody if they're able to step up there, step in that cage, and someone lock it, and then you're going against him, and I'm going against, well, he's going against me, I'm going against him, and you're able to do that. You know, it's just like kind of the purest competition. So you have the utmost respect because he's doing that, and I'm doing that for him. So
right.
Now, do you know anything about your opponent for April? What's his name?
Tim Karen.
Tim Karen.
Yeah,
Tim Karen.
Do you know what his weaknesses is?
You know, like I don't really know their weaknesses. I know what he tends to do.
So you haven't watched any of his tape or
anything?
Well,
I watched a lot of his tape. But you know, he's a good, well-rounded fighter, and I think he definitely poses a risk for me going into the fight. I don't think he's going to win, but you know.
Right.
Is he more of a stand-up guy? Is he more to the ground? Like,
well,
what
his style is more of stand-up.
Okay.
You know, I mean, he's long, lanky, not as tall as me, he's not as long as me, but you know, the
very
people that he's
tall.
fought are, you know, I mean, a little bit smaller. So, you know, the benefit I have is I come down from 220 pounds. You know. So I'm a 6'2" guy with a long reach. So, you know, I mean, that's definitely going to pose a problem for him. And just my versatility in the cage, I think definitely going to pose a problem for him. And, you know, the victory, I would say, is in my hands. So it's all up to me to make a mistake and allow him to capitalize. So
which won't happen.
What's your favorite move? Are we not allowed to talk
all
about
right, well, I could tell you what my...
Do you want to give away a secret?
Well, what my favorite move in jiu-jitsu is, I love the triangle. You know what I mean? Like when I train, I love triangles.
Can you demonstrate on Connie?
Well, that was good. That was good. That was good.
Come on. I like the rear naked choke.
Rear naked choke. I like that. I got my first submission victory on my last fight.
Jeff's ready to take a picture over here.
I love the rear naked choke. That one's the best.
Yeah, it is. Well, you know, I mean, I like the rear naked choke, but I like flashy stuff on the ground. You know, I mean, something that you have to think. You're like, oh, like when someone's they're like, oh man, that was dope. You know, I mean, that's the kind of stuff I like.
That's what you're looking for.
Yeah.
How's the triangle go again? I don't know.
I have no idea.
Well, it's like when you put your leg around them and.
It's like you
have
wrap
the
around
long
like a
legs.
snake.
Yes, I definitely have long legs.
How tall are you?
I am 6'2" and a half, 6'3" in the morning.
And how tall is
Nice.
what's his name? Tim or Tom?
Chris
think
is
he's
5'10"
6'1".
in the morning
He's
and 5'6".
Forget it. I wouldn't survive in that cage.
No,
well,
wait.
You don't know until you try.
You know what? That's right. I like them. I like him. I'm gonna
when
try.
you're fighting, do you? I mean, it's 3 rounds or 5 rounds, right? 5 rounds if it's a
Well,
championship.
yeah, 3 rounds, 3 5-minute rounds,
Right.
or 5 5-minute rounds if it's a title.
Right. So, I mean, I watch it and I'm like, oh my God, they must be exhausted.
Oh yeah, you get like it's all about your training, you know.
Like, do you become delirious at that point? You're like, I don't even know what
How much
happens.
they
Like,
train?
Yeah, it's
still,
very
I
know, but
intense.
these-
It's definitely very intense. Like, I would say the one fight. Let me see. It was four fights ago. You know, I mean, I was winning the fight, and you know, I mean, that's kind of pushed me over that edge to professional. I think that particular fight.
Okay.
And you know, I mean, I was beating them bad, like he was all messed up. And then I just made a tactical error where I dropped him, and I was like, I'm gonna finish him right there. And so, you know, I mean, I used all my energy to try to finish him, and then I kind of gassed out, and I got a little delirious there. But you know, it happens sometimes. But it's all about your composure, and you know, you train for it. So you know, that kind of pushes you past that deliriousness, and then you get back focused, and you know, you're back in there to solve that problem.
Now, do you have any type of ritual before you go in the cage, before you're about to fight?
My coach he's like, man, you're just weird.
do you meditate to Buddha?
Well, no,
I've
I
seen
just
people
go,
do that.
I go to sleep.
Shut up.
I love to sleep. I get it.
Yeah, I go to sleep.
Is that why when I went to interview you, you had the hood over your head?
Yeah,
You're like,
yeah,
I think you were actually like laying down or something.
Yeah.
Like, can I interview you?
Yeah.
I think I did.
Yeah.
Watford was in the bathroom. You're taking a nap. No one was available.
Well, like, cause I like to be calm. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people, they come in there and they're like anxious and they're hype, and you know what I mean? I just want to, you know, go back to that Bruce Lee philosophy. Is like you flow like water and then you crash like water. So you know what I mean? I want my mind to be clear. I want it to be to open to every situation that happens in the fight, because I don't know I don't know anything about what's going to happen as soon as he steps in there. I know what I'm going to do. So I just have to.
So now, are you visualizing at that point of how the fight is going to go?
Oh yeah. I visualize to a point. You know what I mean? It's like I go in there with the mindset that I'm going to win. I'm going to win this way. But you know, it's kind of here's a solid picture of when I get in there, and there's where I want to be the end.
Right.
So you know, it's kind of fuzzy, but every step of the way, you know, I kind of see it in my head. Like there's just a glimpse. Okay, if I want to win, I would do this or something like that.
But let me just say this, because you probably don't even realize that the whole sleeping thing is actually genius. And I'll tell you why.
Okay.
Because when it comes to even life coaching or even like lifestyle philosophy, when you go to sleep, you stop thought. So you're not stressing about, you're not thinking about anything. So when you wake up, you're fresh.
Yeah.
So when you think about it, that's why every morning you get to start fresh, because you're not, as long as you don't think about the thoughts from the day before that annoyed you, you can actually start fresh every morning.
Yep.
So the fact that you sleep before a fight, I think is pretty genius. So kudos to you for not even realizing how important that is.
Yeah. Well, because if now that I think about it, you're completely right, because a lot of people, you know, like as soon as they get there to fight until right before they get on to the fight, you know what I mean, they're thinking about, what am my opponent going to do? What am I going to do?
They're overthinking it.
Yeah, like, and when you overthink
and you're the calm one in the background with your hood up.
Yeah.
While Waddy's in the
They're
bathroom.
like, oh, it's time for my fight. I'm here.
Yeah.
It's Tuesday.
That's right. Because I remember you being very calm. I think I even said that to you. I'm like, wow, you seem very calm.
Here's Chrissy.
Yeah.
You seem very calm.
I was very anxious. I'm like, oh, guys, I got to get this interview in. What's going on? And you were very calm.
Yeah, so do you have a walkout song?
It's called The Saints by Annie Mineo. And so it's a remix. It's a Christian-based rap song. It's based on the when the Saints go marching in.
You did it at NYFE?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it has the, you know, it kind of plays on, you know what I mean, my fight name, the Fort. You know, it comes in with the horns, and then
I love it.
Brings into like marching left, right, left.
How did you come up with the name? I was going to ask you that.
Well, originally my name was a Machine, and that was my coin name. I coined that. I was like, man, I'm a machine when I go in there. I'm a machine.
That's right.
But then I came to think about it, and you know, one of the first names anybody said I should be was the Fort, because I was born in South Carolina, and Fort Sumter is in South Carolina, so you know, the Fort Sumter. So
that's genius.
So
see, my dad would have known that. I wouldn't
You're
have
on a roll.
I wouldn't have known that.
You're a roll, Justin.
So then you just picked that, and you
yeah,
went
we picked
with it.
that, and you know, just went with it.
You didn't tell me that at the interview when I interviewed at NYFE.
Well, because I was
I
a
didn't know your
machine.
nickname.
I was a machine at that time.
Oh, you really?
Yeah.
So you only just changed it?
Just changed it.
You changed it for the
Jesus
show.
Christ,
Come on.
guys.
I changed it just for you guys. So.
I got to redo the interview now. Come on. Now, I know I asked you this kind of already, but I really want to know. Does anybody really teach you to visualize about the fights when you're, like, say you're somebody who's just going into this, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're not from a positive background. You've never...
You're not aware of it,
right.
how it works.
When you're starting to train, is somebody, like, telling you
it's all
before you go
mindset.
into a
It's all
fight,
mindset. No?
Are they saying, like, teaching you how to visualize you winning, getting into the cage, and, like, who's telling you to do that?
Well, like it kind of boils down to the coach, you know. Like I was kind of blessed with the fact that, you know, when I was back home, I trained with a plethora of people. You know, I trained in North Carolina, I trained in South Carolina, and Georgia. Mm-hmm. So, you know, I mean, I got to experience all these people, and then, you know, piggybacking on what my father and mother instilled in me, you know, I mean, that kind of molded me to kind of pick this up faster than normal people.
You were lucky that you had that.
Yeah,
most people do not have that.
Yeah, a lot of people don't have that. You know what I mean? And like sometimes they fight to escape stuff. Sometimes they fight to prove something.
Right.
But you know, I don't want to say I fight just because I can, but I fight because I love to compete. I feel that I'm a natural competitor, and this is one thing. You know, I don't see myself doing this for the rest of my life. You know, I mean, no one really can do it for the rest of their life.
Right.
You shouldn't do anything for the rest of your life. Once.
Yeah.
Well, what do you want to do for the rest of your life?
Well, you know what I mean?
Like fighting, what is your dream?
I want to have my own construction general contracting company. Right, I went to college. I got a bachelor's in science and civil engineering technology. Right now I'm.
So you're smart.
Oh yeah.
You're very smart.
I'm all right. I'm all right.
Come on.
I know a little bit. Let's say I know a little bit.
Right.
More than most people. So
right.
I'm a project engineer for CJ Fucci Construction in Connecticut.
That's amazing.
So that's, you know, I mean, I plan on, you know, using that and going to my end goal of having my own company.
We love it.
Well, you can hire me then one day.
Hey, you know what I mean?
When I'm old.
So Justin, question: who is like your favorite fighter, or a fighter that you were like, oh my God, that's amazing, I want to do that?
If there is right any. Now, who like I have a plethora.
What about back in the day, so I know who they actually are?
Okay, back in the day,
I only know the ones now.
He's still one of my favorites. Who? It is Anderson Silva.
Whatever happened? Wasn't he taking drugs? No.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't know him personally.
Those kicks are crazy.
I don't know him personally.
Kicks.
I don't know him personally.
For non-drug related items.
But you know, that's what they said. You know, I kind of don't. If I don't know him personally and I don't know exactly what he's doing, so I can't say it.
Is he still in it?
Yeah, he's still in it. He just fought Bisping.
Bisping, Michael Bisping.
Yeah.
Who won?
Well, Bisping won, but I think it should have went somewhere else because that's my favorite fighter. But
Okay.
But the guy right now at the top of my list is Alan Jouban. He just had a phenomenal victory his last fight. It was a wonderful TKO. So.
Do you know who would be your dream fight? To fight when you.
If you could fight
when
anybody.
you get into the UFC.
It would be Ken Shamrock. I'm teasing.
Nah.
Come on.
I think I would love to fight. I would love to fight Chris Weidman.
Yeah, of course.
I would love to fight Chris.
I was going to say that. I had a feeling that you were going to say that. I really did.
Yeah, I mean, I just like his style, and I think we would definitely. Well, it'll be Chris Weidman or Luke Rockhold.
I knew you were going to. Them two are fighting again.
Yeah, they are fighting again.
I can't wait. We got
I love their styles and the way they. You know, I mean, I like Chris Weidman's wrestling and you know his striking and his jiu-jitsu. But I also like Rockhold's striking. He has phenomenal striking, and you know, I mean, he's no slouch on the ground too, because you know he trains with Cormier and what's his name, Velasquez. You know, like those two guys are phenomenal. Like have those guys in your camp, like you're definitely going to be the top of your game. So.
Oh my God! All right, well we hope we see you there then.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? That's a goal. That's a goal. So
How long do you have to be in Bellator then before you can get?
Well, it depends, you know what I mean? If I go in Bellator and show out, you know what I mean? They're going to be like, you know, they sign the agreement and like, hey, we want you to fight this many times for us.
So wait, so what is your ideal goal? Like, is your ideal goal to get into the UFC? I feel like that's everyone's goal,
Yeah,
right?
you know what I mean? Like, money-wise.
Come on, just say it. Do you want to get into UFC?
Come on, Jess.
Well, I mean, I'm not at liberty to say right now. So
No,
I feel like if I was you, and I'll speak for you, I would want to get in the UFC.
She's your manager.
Yeah, I'd want to get into the UFC. And
you know what I mean? Right now, that's the, you know, the end goal for majority of the people. You know, Bellator is a great establishment, and you know they treat their fighters well. So you know, kind of it's a toss up. You know, like it seems like the UFC is not treating their fighters as well as Bellator is. You know what I mean? Then Bellator.
But now, if you get into the UFC, you can also promote Bellator, right? Is that how? Oh, it doesn't work.
You're in a different.
They're competing, so I mean, it's like
okay.
Yeah.
But that's where he wants to go. Now, do you think you want to go on the Ultimate Fighter show though?
I think it would be a great experience.
I could picture you on there.
As far
I
as
think it'd be too nice.
you know,
Not in a bad way.
They need the calm
Not in a
person.
bad way. I mean, like, I feel like you can do it without being on a reality show.
No, you want to be on it.
No.
I got hooked on that show when Eddie was
Me
my
too,
buddy.
back
Eddie was
in
on
the
it.
day,
I
but
was
it
like,
was
shoot, I've been
different.
missing out on this show. This is entertaining.
It's
This
so
is
much
fun.
drama.
I got so
You know drama.
I say
I liked
like
it.
leave drama for your mama, but
I liked
Exactly.
it. It was very enjoyable.
It was enjoyable.
I liked it.
Not that
I
I
wanna
want
be on.
I don't want to be part of it.
I'm gonna be on, guys.
you
Can I beat Ronda Rousey?
Yeah. So
What do you
dude,
think about
so
Ronda
yeah, what do you
Rousey?
think about Ronda Rousey?
I think she, her last fight, you know, what I mean, it kind of exposed some things that she wasn't working on, you know.
Do you think she was overly confident?
I think she is very cocky.
Well, you know,
Is
what I mean,
she? I don't know
but
that
you got to
much.
think,
Yeah,
you know,
she
what I mean, she hasn't lost, you know, what I mean, she goes in
She
there and
lost
she,
now.
well, yeah, she goes in there
She's
and she demolishes people. So when you go in there and one, you got to haul you home, you know, kudos to Miesha Tate for beating her, you know.
Yeah.
I think that really exposed her ground game. You know, she has excellent stand-up, but Miesha Tate just was a grinder. She's a wrestler, so she grinded it out of him. But back to Ronda Rousey, it just shows that hole in the game. You know, she's fighting an undefeated boxer, and she wanted to go in there and knock her out. And like you can't
And
go.
she was very confident about saying that she was going to do that.
really?
Yeah. So you can't go in there and say you're going
she
to
looked
beat.
miserable after it happened. She looked.
Yeah.
I've never seen her look
But
like
she's
that.
but I'm going to tell you, like, she's going to come back with, you know,
I know.
Vengeance.
she's training harder than she's probably ever trained before. You know, to come in there and to lose like that, one is something bad on your whole psyche, something bad on your whole
Doesn't it just make you want for more?
yeah, and Holly,
if you
and not
look
Holly
at it
Holm,
right.
but Ronda Rousey, you know, she's a natural competitor. So like myself, you know, if I was undefeated, well, I am going to be undefeated. Let's forget.
That's right.
That's
You
right.
got to put positive vibes
Right,
out there.
right.
If you
Love
put
that.
positive vibes out
See?
there, you will
Right.
get positive results.
I love this.
So, you know, she's going to come back, you know, with her hands better than ever because, you know, she
So it
came.
was all worth it.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I don't consider losses
I
as
agree.
losses or negatives. I think it's all a learning experience.
It's refining of how to do success.
Yes.
Can you talk a little bit more about being how do people stay in a positive mindset when they're trying to attract what they want to achieve? Anybody out there who wants to achieve maybe what you're doing? Anybody out there that's
how do
like,
they
I want
start?
to do that.
Yeah.
I want to be a
I would say, you know what I
MMA,
mean?
UFC
One thing you gotta write it down. I think my dad told me this, and
I
I
love
hold it.
Les.
You
Yeah.
write
Les.
it down and you make it concrete, because
Love
in your
that.
mind you can think of whatever. Oh, I want to do this. I want to do this. But you know, I mean, as soon as you, I just saw a Chipotle down the street. You
I
know
love
what I mean?
Chipotle.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I thought they were closed down because
What?
of some
No, they
issues.
opened
guys.
up again. I think
It was an
I'm worried
outbreak.
about eating there.
The
E. coli.
Great.
you know what I mean? I still eat them. So Chipotle, you're
I
good.
still-
You're fine. You're
good.
fine.
I'm fine.
I'm a
fine.
hypochondriac, so I'm not going to be eating there for a while.
You
Go ahead,
are so
Justin.
not a hypochondriac.
I'm a nervous Nelly. Go ahead,
But
Justin.
as I was saying, it like once you write that down and it's concrete, you see it. Like I'm big on writing stuff on mirrors. Like you wake up in the morning, you see like a
Like
nice
you're amazing.
affirmation.
I love this guy.
Yeah, you're amazing. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's nice. You
there's
write that to yourself?
Well, I haven't wrote it now,
respect
but you know,
it.
like
His girlfriend does.
Oh, that's beautiful. I love that.
But so once you write it down, like you see it, and now it's
And your
something.
parents taught you that.
Yeah, yep.
Jesus, wow. I want your parents on the show. Ask them when they're available.
Well, they're down south, so you know we can
Oh,
fly them up.
We're in
and,
Georgia.
But like after you write it down, then you're able to visualize, and you constantly remind yourself. So if you constantly remind yourself, all your actions from there to the end move you to that end goal. So if you don't have a destination, you kind of don't have
You
a
go
purpose.
nowhere.
Like you can one day lead to it, but you know what I mean, why waste time when you can just every single action leads you to that result.
So if somebody has a dream, but they're stuck in how do I get there? How do I make it a reality?
That's you know what I mean. That's like I can say everybody has their own path, and I can't make you say, oh, you do this, that, and the other, and you're there. I would say for me personally, what I do is, I try to find every option available. One option might not work, and that's what a lot of people, that's that brick wall that a lot of people run into.
Yep.
And, I think of a brick wall as just this opportunity to build a door, Like
nice.
I can build a.
This guy is amazing.
Yeah, so.
You're like her. You should be a life coach.
I don't want to, I can tell people stuff, but,
That's nice that you're like this. See, everyone should be
That's
like
why
that.
we love the UFC and MMA
I
fighters.
really
because they
do.
all
I
think
feel like they're
that.
all like that. That's what I'm always dumbfounded. I'm like, how did you guys get like that? I want to know.
But I think the sport attracts people like that because they seem to all be like that, right?
I know, but I thought that they were all like cocky, like, oh, I want to show off and be
Right,
like, oh, I
but
can beat
they're
the
not,
crap out of
yeah,
this.
I
But-
have
And
to
then
say.
they're the most humble, nicest,
They really
positive
are.
people, calm people that I've ever met.
well, because it's not about.
It's strange.
It's not about going in there and beating somebody up.
Even
But
though
I
it
thought it
seems
was
seems
that
like
when
it
I
is, but
first-
it's not, right?
what I think of it as is how you get the term mixed martial arts now, with the term arts.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's like, my girlfriend really hates when I come up with metaphors, but I'm thinking.
Do you?
Does she like watching you fight?
Well,
That must be stressful, isn't it?
well,
I
like a
would-
couple Tito's
No.
and, Rizla.
Yeah.
I love that he knew Tito's. Justin, that was great.
But
But she doesn't want to see her man being
No,
beat
I
up.
wouldn't want to see my man
Well, you're
beat
not
up.
getting beat up. You
No,
know
but
what?
you're in a ring. You
and
know,
it
not
has
getting
the
happen.
option to turn out bad for me.
Right.
But what was I saying?
That's stressful.
I'm sorry. I don't even know because
I
I
don't
have bad
remember.
memory. Connie would remember. Jeff, do you remember?
Oh, yeah, the metaphor.
The
all right.
girlfriend, we
Thank
love
God
it.
she remembers.
All right, so the metaphor about, what was the metaphor about? No, not that. Not
Your
that.
girlfriend. I thought the metaphor was about the girlfriend.
Does she
whatever.
like to see? Yeah.
She doesn't want to see you
you
get beat up.
Yeah.
I don't know. You gave
It was
her
a good
shot.
one. It was a good one. Like I
Ah,
have really good
great,
metaphors.
guys.
Yeah,
we gotta
yeah.
take a minute. All right, go ahead. Think a second. I'll drink a Tito first. You said Tito. You
That
did
was
give a
before
shot
that.
at Tito.
And we were talking about metaphors for. Oh yeah, we're in the cage. Okay,
Okay,
Ah,
I
thank
love
God.
it.
got it,
All right.
got it.
Oh, we're back.
All right, so back to the art. So when I'm in the cage, I like to think of it as I'm painting a picture.
Okay.
So you know what I mean. He has his own his own paintbrush, and I have my paintbrush. And we're going in there and we're painting a picture.
Love
So
this.
like he has his arts and I have my arts, and it's kind of like I want my art to show a little bit more profound
Of
than
course.
Of
his.
course.
And so it's like that contrast when we go in there. So
That's what you're thinking about.
yeah.
Or are you thinking about, I'm going to take this mother effer down in 2
Slow
seconds?
her down.
I don't think of it like that.
Because you're very calm, and then all of a sudden, I see you guys. You guys are calm when I'm interviewing you, and then all of a sudden, the cage, I'm like, holy crizzap.
So wait,
I'm like,
now,
that's the same person?
right. So when you're in the cage, and let's say you're in a very compromised position, at that moment when you're aware of it, do you like? What do you think about? You're like, oh my god, I gotta get out of this. Like, what do you do? Like, or you just like,
I want to win.
yeah, like how do you
Well, you know
like,
what I mean.
get
Like
out of it?
it's not. I don't want to think about the situation. I just want
Right.
to think about where I'm at that moment.
how to
So
get out
you know
of
what I
it.
mean.
So what do you-
I'm got my back against the cage, and you know what I mean. So I got to like, hey, I have to get out of this. I got to grab this underhook and sweep his right leg. So I grab the underhook and sweep his right leg. So you don't want to think about what's happening to you.
So
you want to think about what
solution.
you got to do.
Oh,
So
yeah.
because if you're thinking about what your situation is, it's kind of like you're not in the moment. You're kind of in the moment because it's a.
You don't want
it's
to be
a-
reactionary, is what you're saying?
Yeah, you don't want to be you want to always be on the offense. So you know what I mean, offense is not being you're hitting them with strikes, but you know what I mean, you're constantly moving. You're constantly trying to look to get yourself in the better circumstance.
Okay.
So
A rear naked chokehold.
Rear naked
That's
choke.
my favorite move.
yeah.
What do you think about it being legalized now in
Oh,
New
man,
York?
How
that's-
freaking amazing is that?
That is probably
Finally,
the
man.
best news, like I heard in a while about the sport. Just because, I mean, this is my first pro fight. And, after
That's
my
right.
first pro fight, I mean, there are going to be shows in not Connecticut,
They were
but
waiting for you.
in New York. Well, I mean,
We're
I
gonna
could
come
have
see you
said
in New York,
I would
man.
go on that bandwagon. They're waiting
Are you
for
excited?
yes, extremely excited.
We're excited because we're
I
going to
know.
go see a fight.
I've been
now.
waiting for this, man.
Why fly to Vegas to see a fight when you can go see it in New York City?
That's right.
That's very true. And I've never been to Madison Square Garden either. So
What?
Well, I've only been here for like a year
Oh.
and a half.
Oh,
so.
that's right. you're
A year and a
moving.
half, that's it?
Yeah, I moved
You're
here
moving.
in
Oh,
2014
Jesus
in September.
How'd you meet your girlfriend really fast?
Well, I met her at
She
Don't
Yeah.
say
And
Tinder.
What?
Don't say Tinder.
Oh, no,
I
no,
love
didn't
to
mean
say
that
Tinder. It's like so funny. I say Tinder. Yeah.
But we had a joint interaction with one of my coaches.
That's
he
the
used to have
best.
a kickboxing class, and the ladies came together, and we went to
Wait, she
Buffalo.
does kickboxing?
Yes.
Oh, my God. Is she training
Nice.
to be a fighter?
You know, she punches me every now and then.
What?
Does she? Does he
This is
deserve
great.
it? I bet he does.
No,
Sometimes.
he's
I
a
love it.
nice
I'm a
guy.
nice guy. Like,
He
who would
doesn't
punch
deserve
me?
I know, you are the nicest,
She doesn't like to
calmest guy
touch
I've
just
ever
punch
met.
anyone, though. I will
You
say
really
that.
are. Sam Watford, I could picture him beating the crap. I got to have Sam on.
Yeah.
We have to talk things out.
Yeah,
We have
yeah,
some
man.
things to...
Well, I mean, he was getting ready for a fight, so you know what I mean.
But he was angry at me.
Well, you know what I mean.
Do you remember the interview? He looked like he wanted to
bit.
kill me.
You're crazy.
Sam, I love you. I love you.
We love you.
I'm sorry about that. I love you. All right,
All
so
right.
go ahead. Tell us
Where we can find
where
you.
can we get tickets for your fight?
You can go on to, I have a website, Sumter MMA.
That's right.
There's a tab
I was
that
on
says
it.
events, calendars, and you can click on the calendar, and it shows my poster. And or you can just go to Ticketmaster.com, select promotional tickets, type
Okay.
in my last name, Sumter, and you can select the tickets you want.
Where's
How
the
much are
fight?
the tickets?
It's
and where
in
is it?
Mohegan Sun.
Oh, that's right,
They
Mohegan
range
Sun.
from 25 to 100 and
If we
something.
want to be in the front row near the cage.
Like 100 and something.
That's nothing.
Oh, that's not
Yeah,
bad.
you guys make millions, so you know.
What?
We're fine.
That's right.
We'll be there, front
Tommy
row.
and Janine are paying us millions.
That's right. All right, guys. So listen,
Justin, we
thank
love
you
you.
so much.
Thank
you're
you for
gonna do
having me.
it,
Justin,
dude.
you're
You're
gonna
gonna go
friggin' win,
freaking
man.
far.
I'm gonna
And
try
you're
to.
gonna be
I'm
like,
gonna try
"Didn't
to.
I
No, we're
say
I
gonna
am.
be at your fight. I'm
Yeah.
gonna watch you win, and I'm gonna be there, standing there with the mic.
We're gonna do
ready
the after
at the cage.
the after show interview.
Yes.
And Sam's gonna win. You and
Yes.
Sam.
That's
right.
right.
All right,
It's gonna
so
be amazing.
go to what's the website again?
Sumter MMA.
SumterMMA.com.
Or you can check me out on
Facebook,
Twitter,
Twitter?
Facebook, Instagram.
What's your Twitter?
My Twitter is JTheFortSumter. So you just type in Justin Sumter. You can find me a little bit quicker. But can I thank some sponsors? Right
Of
quick?
course. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
man,
That's
go.
30
First
seconds.
and foremost, I'd like to thank Louis
has
Serrano at CEO at Lost Media Concepts, Harlem Brew Company of Lux Select Brands, CT Supplements, and Barber Preciseness for giving me the fresh look.
Nice.
All
Yeah. Nice.
So-
Too.
What about who you train with?
Oh, my training partners, Henzo Gracie, West Haven. You know what I mean?
Love
Without
that.
them, you know what I mean? I wouldn't be here. So.
That's right.
And my friends
Amazing.
back home, Nick Wesley, Nathan Key, Jason Fagler, and
Watford?
Sam Watford. So, thank you.
Thank you.
And us.
And
Come
these
on.
beautiful ladies.
That's
for-
right.
For having me on the show with the pink.
That's right. Thanks.
And it matched well with your teal
Yeah.
shirt. I love it. Wait, we didn't do our selfie with.
Thanks. No, we're
with
going to do it after the show.
Justin. Oh,
Thanks,
man.
everyone. And we'll be back on Wednesday for a special show. So tune in on Wednesday.
See Justin fight April 22nd.
We'll be
Bellator.
there.
See him real naked chokehold.
Yeah, maybe. It might be.
Maybe. Knockout.